Hey friends, Shayla here, and welcome to the beginning of the 24-hour Manga Love-a-thon, Manga Love Readathon vlog. I am super excited about this readathon, and I'm so excited that so many of you decided to participate with me and with all my friends that I kind of bounced ideas off of with this particular one. So I am really excited to be doing this, but it's late. My husband's already asleep, so he's doing his thing upstairs. And I don't want to bug him, so I'm downstairs in my living room, which is atypical when I start a vlog. I'm usually in my car or something silly like that. But I won't be doing too much driving tomorrow. I'll mostly be home. That's why I decided to do it today. So, anyhow, I'm going to talk about my first two reads for this particular readathon, and we'll go from there. So, the first one that you all picked up for me is going to be Kami-sama Kiss. This is volume 5. This is about a teenage girl who, sorry, I'm vlogging with my actual camera this time, hoping for higher quality than my phone, but anyways, getting used to things being backwards. So anyways, so with Kami-sama Kiss, we have a teenage girl who is inadvertently past the powers of a shrine priestess, and this is her kitsune kind of companion at the shrine. And so they kind of have to run this shrine together and rebuild it in a sense. It's really interesting. Tomoe here is he's kind of difficult to work with, and so yeah, it gets really interesting. It's really cute. It's definitely shoujo, and I'm all about it. You guys know me. And then the next one you guys picked out for me was a Shortcake Cake Volume 3. You guys know I've really been enjoying Shortcake Cake. This is about a girl who, instead of commuting 2 hours to work every day, opts to move into a boarding house with one of her friends at school so that she doesn't have to do the commute. But of course, it's just her friend and a bunch of gorgeous guys, because that's how shoujo works. The characters are very realistic and flawed, and that makes for a very enjoyable read. So I'm really excited about this one. I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes, so I'm really excited about volume 3. And again, I am so excited. I keep seeing everybody's posts, and I'm so sad that I'm not doing it with you yet. But I am absolutely excited and loving it. I am hoping to get both of these read before I go to bed tonight. But we will see how things go. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to actually happen or not. I am fairly tired, and I do plan on actually climbing in my bed to sleep. I'm not just going to sleep on my couch. I could, but I don't think I'm going to. So, pardon the, messy bun, no makeup, late night thing, but that's what happens when you start a vlog at close to midnight. So, anyways, here's hoping things go well, and I'll tell you how far I get before I fall asleep, friends. I'll probably say some sort of mumbly crazy thing, but who knows. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, so I'm back. I have finished both. I actually took them back upstairs. I finished Kami-sama Kiss Volume 5 and Shortcake Cake Volume 2. So this volume of Kami-sama Kiss covers a couple of different key points that happen. It kind of covers the fallout of the end of Volume 4, and then another small little arc, which ended up being one that was always really interesting to me. So I thought it was great. And then in Shortcake Cake, that cliffhanger, my heart, oh my gosh. I don't know which team I'm on at this point. It's still too early to decide. I kind of have an idea of who I want, but I'm not 100% sure. With the way my ships have been going lately when I choose them, I second guess trying to choose one with Shortcake Cake. I think I need another couple volumes before I'm like solidly on a ship. So, that being said, my adrenaline is still really high at the moment. So I think I'm going to pick up Takane and Hana Volume 7. I brought a whole stack downstairs with me. So I think I'm going to do this one. I know this story. I love these characters. So I think that will be good for me. And then I think I might start one of the ones that I haven't yet, where it's a Volume 1 I'll be reading today. We'll see how it plays out. So for now, Takane and Hana Volume 7. Hey friends, time for an update. So I've read 2 more volumes since we last talked. First, we'll talk about Takane and Hana Volume 7. I can't figure out how to do this right now. You can tell it's early in the morning. I am so backwards for this, guys. Like, seriously, I'm broken, so. And now it's upside down. Good lordy, people. Anyways, Takane and Hana Volume 7. This might be my favorite volume of the entire series thus far. This volume was so good. I've been invested in Takane and Hana's story for so long, but I feel like at this point, Hana has finally realized how she truly feels about Takane, and Takane is truly waking up to his feelings for her. Again, this is an age gap romance where she's still in high school, but everything is so innocent. They've kissed once in the entire series at this point. And we're like, how many chapters in now? Let me look. Like 39 chapters in, and there's been one kiss in the entire series. So it's one, and I think it was like a dare or something. So it was a very chaste kiss at that. So again, everything's been super innocent with those two, and I just am so invested in what's going on with them. I'm trying to not do spoilers for those who haven't read it. But anyways, so Takane is an older man, has kind of been spoon-fed most of his life. Very privileged, acts very privileged, and he was set up for a marriage interview with Hana's sister. But Hana's sister didn't want to go. Dad's job was on the line, so Hana went to the marriage interview and basically insulted him through the entire thing because he was being a selfish prick. And that impressed him and made him want to pursue and chase her because she wasn't going to take crap from him, and that impressed him. And so he wanted to get to know her, date with intention, all those kinds of things. Things have progressed. They've been getting to know each other for quite some time now, and they've been through quite a few ups and downs considering their ages, and it's been really, really good. Like, Takane's been served a slice of humble pie, and he still has his, privileged, childish moments, but he's doing much better with those things now. And then I also read Honey So Sweet, Volume 1. I now have a new couple to obsess over in manga for a minute. I am so invested in Nao and Taiga. It's not even funny. Taiga is just that cinnamon roll who looks like a bad boy on the outside. And that's, what every teenage girl dreams of. And, well, at least I was, because I always went for I liked a bad looking boy. I've always been attracted to that type, even though I'm not married to that type. It's interesting. But anyway, I am so invested in them. He is so sweet. There's that trope where she's got the crush on a family member due to them taking care of her in a sweet way. And so I don't love that trope. It tends to come up in manga quite a bit, but I am wholly invested in Taiga winning in this one. I'm 95% sure he will anyway, but I really, really, really like his character. He's not perfect. He's nervous. He's anxious because he knows he looks gruff on the outside, but he just wants to impress this sweet girl, and he knows he's not perfect. And I just, oh my heart, I just love them. So I'm definitely going to have to pick up more of that series for sure. So I think while I'm feeling that at the moment, I'm going to also pick up Ao Haru Ride Volume 3 because I feel similarly about this. This feels like a mashup of Takane and Hana and Honey So Sweet to me in some ways. So, yeah. Anyways, I like personality-wise of the guys, I guess, is what I'm getting at here. You guys, it's so late. I'm getting rambly, so... Anyhow, I'm going to pick up Ao Haru Ride, and then I think, like, I'm not going to sleep tonight, guys. I am just not tired, so I'm going to keep reading. And then I think I will go for My Love Story, which again, cinnamon roll. Like, I've watched the anime and absolutely adored it, and this boy right here is the sweetest, most tender boy ever. And again, he looks different because he's mixed race, and so everybody kind of doesn't know what to do with him. And he's big and tall and twice as big as any Japanese guy. So they just don't know what to do with him. And so he has his own struggles with that. And he's just so tender and rescues the sweet girl and makes my heart soar. Just love him. He's the sweetest. And then I've also got the Demon Prince of Omochi House down here as well, which is a lot like Kami-sama Kiss. It almost feels like a ripoff of Kami-sama Kiss in a lot of ways, just slightly different. So, anyways, so yes, I've got a demon-y paranormal one, Cinnamon Roll Boy, and the knew each other in the past, getting reacquainted in the now. So, yes, ready for Ao Haru Ride. Okay, so I've read 3 more volumes since we last chatted. I read Ao Haru Ride Volume 3. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed this. One of my favorite scenes from the anime takes place in this volume. It was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I still thoroughly enjoy the art style in this particular story. The character arcs and growth are really nice in this one. You see people starting to face certain things in their life, and it's just really interesting that way. So I'm pretty sure the anime concludes in the next volume of manga, and I don't remember how many volumes of the manga there are. So I'm pretty sure there's more content beyond the anime. So I'm really excited to get to new content. And then we revisited my babies in My Love Story. I forgot how pure this is. It is so innocent. It is so sweet. I adore my precious babies. I'm so excited I get to read more of this in Contemporary-thon because, man, I'm going to have to collect the whole series now because it's just too pure. They are so sweet and so cute, and I just love it so much. And then last but not least, we are dealing with The Demon Prince of Omochi House Volume 3. In this one, I have kind of mixed feelings at the moment about Demon Prince of Omochi House. And maybe that's because I directly read a volume of Kami-sama Kiss today, so I have that direct comparison. And though this gives me some Kami-sama Kiss vibes, this volume just, I don't know. This volume felt a little flat. We got a lot of progression in the Nue character. That's all I'm going to say. Those of you who have read it will know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't will have no idea what I'm talking about, so it works. Yeah, there was a lot of progression with the Nue character, and that was fine and all, but I feel like we drifted too far from our main storyline. So, essentially, what's going on right now is I have read 7 volumes of manga. I think I'm going to take a break. I'm going to shower up and get ready for the day, because clearly I'm not going to get any sleep, as I said in my last clip. So, yeah, I think I'm going to shower up, kind of take care of all of that, get some food in me, and then I'll get back to things. And I'll work on the other half of my stack. Sorry. My body's finally starting to tire out. Maybe I'll take a little nap, too, in all that time. Right now, it's a little after 4 o'clock in the morning. So I've gotten quite a bit of reading done. I think I misspoke in one of my clips where I said it was like, I think it was one of the first clips after I started, where I said it had been like 2 hours. It had really only been an hour. But yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens in editing. That's a problem for future Shay. But anyhow, so yeah, I am really pleased with my progress. And if I don't read anything until after I get back from church, I'm totally okay with that, because I'm at the halfway mark at this point. Granted, I still have my omnibus left, but I also still have a little less than 20 hours left in this readathon. So I'm doing really well. I'm well ahead of schedule, so I'm just going to kind of take it easy. I go to church. My church is from like 9 to 11, and I'm planning on doing a sprint at noon. So there's a good chance I may not read until sprint time. I'm not 100% sure. But that'll also depend on if I take a nap or not. Because if I take a nap, then by the time I take a nap, get ready for the day, go to church, and come back, it's time to sprint. So, anyhow, we'll see what happens. Again, a problem for future Shay. Hey guys, so it is now later. I have slept some, I have showered, I have gone to church and gotten ready for the day, and yeah, the next step is lunch. That's how much time it's been. Husband and I, well, husband's being sweet and cooking some lunch for us. So while he's cooking, I decided to pick up another volume of manga. So I think I'm going to try out Horimiya Volume 1. Like I say, this is a new one to me. I know there are several here in the BookTube community and MangaTube community that really enjoy Horimiya, especially this first portion of Horimiya. So I think I'm going to pick this one up. This will be a new story to me, so it tends to take me a little longer to read, but my goal is to get this read before sprints start. Neither of us ate breakfast, so we're having kind of brunch, middle morning eating. So we're going to eat that, and then I will be reading, and then I'm going to prep for sprints. And I'm hoping during the sprints to get a good chunk of Moteki Love Strikes Volume 2 done, and that's an omnibus. So I will probably only be reading that during the sprints. But yes, let's go focus on some Horimiya. friends, so I have now finished Horimiya Volume 1, and I totally get why everybody's loving this. This was beyond fun. It was fun. It was adorable. I am so invested in these two. Yes, these two. I'm so invested in their story. I get why everybody loves this. And I know we start to deal with some other couples later in the series, but I am so invested in these two. They are now my children. I want to protect them. I want them to be together forever. And it is just the sweetest thing ever. Yes, I get why everybody loves Horimiya. I need volume 2, stat. So soon. Good thing, I'm catching up on everything that I own so I can actually not feel guilty buying manga. That's one thing I try to do when I'm collecting manga, is I try to only buy things that I will be reading shortly. I don't like to have an extensive manga TBR because I have an extensive book TBR. So that's kind of how I keep my balance with the two. So anyways, as you can see right over here, we're gonna be starting sprints. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm about to start the first round of sprints for this readathon. And I'll be doing 2 other sets of sprints. I'll go about an hour each time, I think. And then I will be reading Moteki Volume 2 during this round of sprints. These are pretty dense omnibuses, so I really don't think I'll read anything but this during the sprint, and I don't even think I'll finish it. I would be lucky, I think, if I finished it, because there's a lot of writing on these pages. It's just very dense. So anyways, that's the plan for the next little bit. So let's go sprint. Hey guys, so I just ran the first hour-long sprint. And so I'm reading Moteki. I'm about, a third of the way through that? And I sprinted for an hour with everybody, so from noon to 1. And I'm still kind of having the same feelings I did the first time, like when I read the first omnibus, where our main guy is very not likable. I don't know if this is a common trope in seinen romance kind of manga, but man, this dude has some really sexist, thoughts that are just kind of rubbing me the wrong way. They're very ignorant in a lot of ways. And the women that are around him usually correct him, so it's not like it's going unaddressed, but it's still, kind of obnoxious. What's been going on in the manga so far, it's just this dude who's kind of clumsy when it comes to romance, bumbling around, but magically, getting naked and doing the nasty with these girls who clearly can do better than this guy. But I'm struggle busting it here with him. It's really rough. He was super rude to one of his friends, and this other girl who seems to have been hung up on him for a really long time. He treated her like garbage. He's not a great person. So it's really hard for me to root for him to get a happy ending. Part of me kind of hopes that he doesn't end up with any of them. That he learns his lessons that he needs to from these girls and then moves on and treats somebody well. I really kind of hope that's how this ends. I don't think that's how this is going to work, though. I think he's going to end up with one of them, and I struggle with that a little bit because these girls deserve better. So anyway, this is more of a slog than anything I've read so far. Everything else I've loved, but this is the one I knew I would probably like the least. So that's why I'm kind of reading it at the halfway point of the day. I mean, I started it about noon, which is the 12-hour mark for me. I'm going to be doing another reading sprint set in 3 hours. So what I might do is actually put this down when I finished the chapter I'm currently in. I was just really frustrated with something that just happened, so I had to just kind of take a moment and talk to you guys. But I think I'm going to finish the chapter I'm on and put it down until the next sprint and then work on it again during sprints. Because then I have the distraction of being able to put it down and deal with the sprint stuff, so it's not just a straight through slog where I just want to put it down and not pick it back up. So I think this is going to be my sprint book for the day. Clearly, and I knew this, if I wasn't going to like any of them, it was probably going to be this one. So anyway, thankfully I got both the omnibuses on sale. I didn't pay full price for either. So that makes me feel a little better. Hey guys, still kind of in my same position over here for the most part. I've gotten up and wandered around. I went down and got a drink, got some snacks, that kind of stuff. But I read The Aromatic Bitters since we last chatted. And it wasn't my favorite Sakurozawa, but it was still good. It wasn't my least favorite by any means. There's just issues with cheating in these mangas, and I know that cheating happens a lot, but, I still struggle with reading about it. It's a personal thing that I struggle with, but the art style, as always with Sakurozawa, is beautiful, and the stories she tells are important because it's about people delving into their true feelings. Now, this particular volume, it feels the least closed of her story arcs that she's done. Each one felt like it had enough closure that you were okay that it ended. With The Aromatic Bitters, I didn't feel that way. I felt like there was too much still open-ended for that. And so I really didn't enjoy it as much. And being somebody who has always been in intimate relationships with people she's in a committed relationship with, the casual nature of the sexual relationships is also something I struggle with a little bit more. But again, that's a personal thing. I don't fault the author for telling this kind of a story. I like having my Sakurozawa collection. I don't see it going away anytime soon. But for now, I know that when it comes to her books, she kind of has a pattern, and I'm okay with that. At least I know what I'm getting when I dive into them. So, I think for now, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open, friends. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alarm and take like an hour power nap. Just a quick little nap. But I'm afraid that'll just make me more tired. So, we will see if I nap or read. Oh, let me reach it here. LDK Volume 4, because that would be my next one. I'm saving Motoki for sprints, because that just feels best for my brain today. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do Motoki during sprints until I run out of these volumes. Then I'll finish Motoki. I keep trying to turn it the wrong way because it's opposite. But yes, I am excited to dig back into LDK. I really like this series a lot. So, yes, this is going to be my next read unless I nap till sprint time, and then it'll be back to Motoki. But I think I'm going to end up canceling the 9 p.m. sprints, my 9 p.m. mountain time, because I'm pretty sure my body's going to give out and I will be in bed at that point. So I could technically run sprints from my bed, but I'm not gonna. Because, yeah, by then, most of my friends will be wrapping up or in bed. Most of the people that I know are doing it. There are some people who are already finished at this point, and I'm so glad everybody's enjoying what they've been reading for the most part. Some people, like, I don't remember his name, but one of the readers in the readathon is saying he's not loving Orange, which I get. It's not going to be everybody's story, but those are my babies, so I always have a little sad moment when people don't enjoy it, but I definitely understand that story is not for everybody. So, yes, most of the stuff I read ends up not being for everybody. I mean, most of my stuff is pretty universal, but there are certain things that I read. Like, Erika Sakurazawa is not something I would recommend to everybody. That's for someone who's looking for more of that josei, mature kind of a story. I would maybe direct towards it, but I would also give them warning that these are not happy endings. I don't think a single one of them, well, I think maybe one has a truly happy ending, but the rest of them, they're just kind of messy like real life, and I love her for that. So that's definitely not something for everyone. But yes, so LDK or NAP, we'll find out what happens. Okay, guys, so again, I haven't moved too much. I've still got a cat over there. Hi, Lights-O. So yes, yeah, I have things to talk to you about. The sprint is still going on, but I did finish Moteki Love Strikes. Woo! And I think I'm going to unhaul the series. I don't see myself rereading this. I didn't hate how it ended, but I don't see myself revisiting it. Thankfully, I got both these omnibuses on sale. I don't really feel any guilt unhauling it from my shelf because I didn't enjoy it enough to revisit it. And like all of the manga on my shelf, I would reread in a heartbeat. If somebody said, you know, why don't you reread this one? Or I just approach myself and just like, you know what? I feel like this one. Like, I plan on rereading Orange here soon just because I feel like rereading it. It's been years. So I thought it might be something interesting for you guys to see. But that's one I would never pick up again. I have no desire. Honestly, Forget Me Not that I did in my recommendations video, I think is a better version of kind of the same story. I don't think the main character in that one was nearly as obnoxious. There was some age on his side in that one. And I think that helped it not be quite so aggravating. And that one I've actually been considering revisiting recently. So I may do that as well. I do have a full review for that hiding on my channel. I'll leave my manga playlist down below because any reviews I've ever done are there on manga. So you can definitely check those out. But instead of napping, I did go ahead and read LDK Volume 4. I adored this particular volume. It challenges our female protagonist in a way that I think was healthy without being obnoxious. Yeah, healthy without being obnoxious. That's a good way to word it. And it was just good. Good all around. I really enjoy the series so far. I do plan on continuing to collect it as I find the volumes. These are ones I might have to start ordering online now. Locally, they don't seem to carry past Volume 3. I did luckily find Volume 4, but that's the highest I've found in store near me. It's been out a little bit, so I'm not that surprised. But yeah, I think I'll have to switch to ordering those online when I just need to, like, you know, increase in order and whatnot. So, from there, I've got 2 volumes left. So I think the first one I'm gonna take care of is Say I Love You Volume 1. Again, this is one where I've watched the anime. I really enjoyed it. And I do think that the manga will let me revisit the story in the perfect way. Just like I recently did with Kimi ni Todoke and as I have been doing with Aoharu Ride. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun time. This is what I'm going to focus on next. And then the last thing I've got is Volume 4 of Your Lie in April. Which, you guys know I love that story. The panels are big on that one, so it tends to fly. So I have no qualms about reaching the end of this goal. I think if I had slept last night more than a nap, I might feel a little more panicked at this point, but I really don't. I feel really good about all of my reads. I'm really happy with everything. And this has been great. It's been so fun to do this with all of you guys. I don't even think you guys realize how much fun I've been having all day. Just checking all the hashtag everywhere. I love when people tag me so I don't miss things. It's been great. And I can't wait to see all of your guys' wrap-ups or vlogs or whatever you're doing. I think it's going to be a blast. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hi friends, I moved location back downstairs. So we are cooking dinner. Well, husband's cooking the roast. I'll cook my part later. We'll do kind of our normal Sunday roast tradition. That's what we like to do on Sundays. And instead of reading for a little bit, I'm going to take a break from reading and watch Sweet Home Alabama with my husband because I'm in that romancy mood. And I haven't been in the mood to watch many movies lately. So, yeah, my husband's scoffing over there because I never want to watch movies lately. I've been reading so much. So I figured I haven't spent much time with him today. I want to spend some time with him. We can watch a sappy movie that I love and spend some time together and it'll be great. So we're going to watch Sweet Home Alabama because that's one of my favorites. And then after that, well, we'll eat dinner and stuff while that's still going because it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour movie. And then I'll go back to reading Say I Love You. I'm hoping to get that finished before the last sprint. And then in the last sprint, I'll finish Your Lie in April and be done. And then go to bed because girlfriend's tired. Hello again. I've once again relocated upstairs because we're getting down to the crunch. It is now between 7:15 and 7:30 somewhere. I took my glasses off for a minute. Hubs and I enjoyed Sweet Home Alabama. He enjoyed it okay. It wasn't his favorite. But, what? Don't roll your eyes at me. It wasn't your favorite. You would have much rather have watched 5 centimeters per second.
Right, but you act as if it was the worst thing in the world that happened to me, and it's not.
I know. But you didn't enjoy it as much as I did.
It was okay. It was fine.
Yeah, that's just how it's going to be today. But, so, I'm still planning on reading Say I Love You, Volume 1. But instead of reading Your Lie in April, because that one's sad. And girlfriend doesn't want to be sad tonight. Because she'll just want to go to sleep instead. I decided to pick a couple of different volumes to choose from instead. So, I've got Volume 1 of Yona of the Dawn. I've heard amazing things about this fantasy shoujo. I have been told over and over and over again I need to read this. So it is time, my friends. It is time for me to start Yona of the Dawn. And then I do also have Volume 6 of Kami-sama Kiss. So I think that if I need a third read during the sprint, I will start this. Even if I don't end up finishing it, I'm okay with that. So, yes, that's kind of what's going on here. So, I've got 3 volumes I'm shooting to finish before I go to bed. And I've got like 2.5 hours. Totally doable, right? Hey friends, so I just finished up Kami-sama Kiss, Volume 6. It was my last read of the night. Did I talk about everything else I read before I started this? Oh goodness. So, the 3 that I read most recently, Say I Love You, really enjoyed it. I've watched the anime before, so I knew what I was getting into with that one. Then I read Yona of the Dawn, which was gorgeous for 1, but 2, I am now wholly invested in that story and will slowly begin collecting that one as well. And then Kami-sama Kiss Volume 6, again, I continue to love the story. It's one where I have watched the anime. I knew nothing really about Yona of the Dawn going in, other than it's a fantasy shoujo that a lot of people love, by the way. I have a cat. He wants to snuggle down. But guys, that's it for me for the 24-hour Manga Love Readathon. Technically, there's still like 10 minutes in this last sprint. So I'll finish it out with you guys, and then I'm going to go to bed because I am freaking tired. But thank you again to everyone who participated. This has been such a blast today. And I got lots of reading in. I started some new series that I'm really enjoying and finished other ones that I wasn't so sure about. And yes, everything is just good and complete for me. And it was a great day. It ended perfectly for me. I really thoroughly enjoyed all of my reads, really, except one. I felt lukewarm about another, but yeah. Out of 14 volumes of manga, I think that's a pretty dang good day. But stay tuned. I will be daily vlogging for the rest of the week because it's Contemporary-a-thon and I'm daily vlogging those too. They won't be nearly as complicated as this one is, obviously, because I won't be reading as much in a day. But either way, it's going to be a good time. So stay tuned for more vlogs from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.